the Jammers. It's here, and today I know I'm gonna get yelled at in the comments saying, "OMG, Ollycat, where in the world have you been? It's been like 2 months since you've uploaded." I know I'm gonna get a bunch of comments like that, but I am telling you, it is for a good explanation. Now, lately I am in school. I am in a different kind of school, but school has been really hard for me. My teacher is a little bit like, she used to be a kindergarten teacher, and now she's teaching 4th grade, and and she has no idea what she's doing. It's like, she's just like, okay, class, today we're gonna be learning, well, you know what, I just want to tell you a story before we get into the whole entire school thing, the topic. Oh, also, I have a crow, I have a story for him too. And so, I don't really know what I'm going to call this video. I'm going to try and work up an idea, but let me just tell you, I have 3 things that I want to say. So, we were going to be learning decimals, and do you know what decimals are? If you're in like a younger grade, if you're like in 5th grade, or you're somewhere in elementary school, like where I am, please don't sue me because I'm too young for YouTube, but you can tell that you've probably learned your multiplication facts and your division facts in 3rd grade. Well, we're doing that in 4th grade, but whatever, I don't care. But my teacher was like, "Oh yeah, after multiplication facts, we're gonna be doing decimals," and I'm like, "Oh man, that's awesome!" Because there's this game called Prodigy that you have to do. We're gonna be doing it's decimals now, and so I was like, "Oh my god, finally I can play this game again." And so I was really sad when she's like, "Okay, we're just gonna be learning division. That's it, nothing else." And so I was like, "Come on, man." But let's get on to the next topic, which is I'm going to be hosting the biggest roleplay Jamaa ever seen. As you can see from here, I have a roleplay set up, and this is like a really old castle, you know, that kind of feel. And so I have, let me get to my jammer wall. Oh, shoot. Anyway, but you can see I have Greely and Gilbert here, and then a Phantom, and there's my character. And so what the freak? What the freak? Where's my necklace? My necklace ain't showing up, boy. Where's my necklace? Oh, okay, whatever. Okay, but so hello everyone. I am really excited. How amazing sentence to start off with. It's so great. So let me explain the backstory of the event that's happening. An argument. Wait, argument about who should rule Jim. What the freak? Why does Animal Greely confirm that none of the, okay, whatever. Let's just say this was supposed to say Greely and Gilbert were in an argument seeing who could rule Jamaa. Greely confirmed that the other alphas could not rule either. Now Jamaa is no longer a free world. Wait, hold on, no, I read this wrong. So they took over Jamaa and took all the alphas down. Now Jamaa is no longer a free world. Almost every animal is a warrior, and some have even become phantoms. But a group of jammers escaped before captured. They ran off to an unknown land by riding a pack of eagles. They now camp out here trying to find food and water. There's a rundown castle which they try to rebuild and shelter in. Okay, so I hope you enjoy. You can make your own character too. Okay, but I'm so sorry. But I'm really sick and tired of the jammer wall glitching out and cutting out a bunch of this stuff. But I actually made today a masterpiece that took me like 2 hours to make. It was a masterpiece that is so it's like a masterpiece, and it's showing the OC that I have right now, this character holding like the Epic Wonders orb. Hold on. Epic. Here we go, like holding a mini version of this, and it actually took me a really long while because I was like using like a bunch of tactics that I watched in videos, and I did a bunch of shading and stuff. But now let's get to the second point. Now, as you can see here, I have a peacock crow, which is the newest animal. Spoilers, I'm sorry. But let me explain the story of this little guy. This is a really funny story, but at the same time, it's actually kind of sad. So, I am running a pet shop where I'm getting rid of animals, and so I decided to buy this for like a super sale of this animal for the egg. And so I got this green egg. It had like stripes and it was sparkly and stuff. And so I got the egg and I was trying to place it in my den, but I couldn't place it anywhere. I was trying to place it in a nest so people could see it, but I couldn't see it. I couldn't place it in my den. And so it actually started to take a really, really long time for it to hatch. Like after a while, I thought he was having some really hard time starting to crack because like he would not start to crack. So like the second day in the afternoon, it was like 9 o'clock. It was like 9 p.m. And it was the next day I got him. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this thing ever going to open? And then I see that the egg cracks and I'm like, oh, thank God. I was so scared that the egg was like glitched and I was gonna have to deal with it and I was gonna have to do some crazy AGHQ messaging. But the good thing is that I just got him a few minutes ago. I thought I was gonna get him tomorrow morning. Also, I've been having this thing where I wake up at 6 in the morning on accident. I don't know why, but I feel like. So, I need to explain a little bit more to the backstory of the roleplay. I'm sorry, I got off track with the whole entire crow thing. But my screen keeps moving. It's horrible. Oh, God. Okay, I'm sorry. But this is the masterpiece that is going to be... Yeah, Animal Jam HQ. It's probably going to reject it because there's going to be, like, something wrong with it. Because one time I made a masterpiece that said... can you trade me a spike? And so it was denied from AJHQ, even though I was just asking even though the masterpiece was just asking for some trade attempts. And so, yeah, I don't know what else to do right now. Red pandas are coming to Jamaa, and I hate Animal Jam Play Wild because the next animal after red pandas it's going to be Komodo dragons. And how do I know? Freaking Animal Jam Play Wild, guess what? Komodo dragons are out. It's amazing how Animal Jam HQ wants to spoil all the animals for AJ. They did the same with the lemurs. And you know, that kind of stinks, man. And I hate Animal Jam Play Wild because all the glitches and stuff, and it just stinks. Also, earlier, I lost my membership. Oh my god, what am I doing? I'm not talking about the whole entire story about the Animal Jam roleplay that I'm going to be doing. So, let's just get on to it. So, it starts off with all the alphas. They finally got Greely around together and stuff. And so, that's good because finally they got that Chicken McNugget under handle, that goth Chicken McNugget, which is really good because he's not testing phantoms anymore. But then one day Greely and Gilbert have an argument about who could actually rule Jamaa, except then Greely says that all of the other alphas would actually be incapable of taking over Jamaa at many levels. So they decided to put their challenge to the test and try and take down all the alphas. So in surprise, all the alphas were in a meeting, and so Greely and Gilbert, they walk in and they're like, everyone needs to leave the room. And so they're like, okay, why? And so the next thing they know, all the other alphas are being pushed down a bottomless pit, like into an infinite abyss of phantoms, as Greely and Gilbert just watch them falling down. And so later on, Greely and Gilbert, they take control of all the animals. They use a bunch of like phantom goop, like to transforming them to the phantoms, and then half of them become warriors to fight in battle. And then it just this whole entire collision course happens, except a group of jammers, of like a bunch of jammers, they group together and they escape on the outer rims of Jamaa. Like they go. Like, it happened, they were in Core Canyons, and so then they left, and they went this way towards off the map, like this way, And so then they somehow crossed around and then they landed here, except then they had to get farther, so they asked a pack of eagles to fly them over here. And so finally, when they got to the top, they found that they had limited food resources and there weren't that many things to use. And so they had to live off of what they had. And there was this used to be like a big hut for all these eagle animals and stuff, except it was abandoned by millions of years ago by genuine, like, eagles. And so the alphas decided, and so it was forgotten, and the alphas didn't even know it was here. And so the eagles flew them to the secret hideout so they would be safe, except finding out that there were not that many food resources caused them to have not that many choices of what to do. Like, a bunch of, not that many choices. Now, I know I'm gonna get yelled at. I'm gonna go in here, and they're gonna be like, oh, can I live here? And I'm like, no, you can't. You can't live here. So, deal with it, boy. I'm gonna just, no. But, I'm just gonna make the excuse that this is broken, even though it's in working condition. I'm so dumb. But, whatever. And so that leads up to the story that's going to happen while we're doing the thing. And also, let me show you the pet thing. So, since I just explained all the story and what's happening, I really was motivated by these comics that someone made of Animal Jam comics, like a comic series. I can't remember what it's called because it's just so weird. I can't move! Oh god. Oh god, well, that's great, okay. I still can't move. What's the frick? Oh god. Oh god. Okay, so it seems to be the computer has stopped up.